Good evening, dear radio and TV viewers. Today we will return to the topic that once interested all of us. It's the balance of the paddle. And this thing behind that grows the Hulk interested many of you. This is a video. So let's delve into it a bit. Not the video, but the process itself and how to restore all this, and further how to continue. Before starting the video, I must warn you that I recently discovered that under one of the videos, several dislikes were put, and I will not start today's video until those who did this remove them. Come on, remove them, among all. Another thing, let's go, and so we have a paddle with you. And two muscles that will interest us. This is the upper trapezius. This is here. It is located here. It holds the paddle from behind and slightly upwards in green. And marked so schematically, so it is not green for you, most likely in the small chest muscle here. But in addition to the small chest muscle, the large chest muscle also matters. Here at the bottom, especially in these two muscles, they participate in order to hold your paddle where it should ideally be with you. But very often these two muscles, they start to have a different tone. This muscle begins to shorten, and this muscle begins to weaken. Why, you ask? I'll tell you, because our life is such that most of the movements we make are forward. We rarely raise our hands up, for example, to pick apples. Apples, they don't grow every year. One year the apple tree gives apples, and the next it doesn't. So you pick apples at most once every 2 years, and someone doesn't even wait. Or rather, someone waits for them to fall. If they fall, you pick them up from here, and again, your chest muscles work more, but these muscles don't get the load. Well, and other everyday tasks are mostly done here with our hands. Rarely do we do something here, but on holidays maybe, when we dance. But holidays are also rare, especially now they are all forbidden. So it turns out that these muscles we use with you more often. And this muscle we practically do not use with you. What to do? And what happens next? Because of this, it weakens. It still has to work, but it can't anymore. It becomes hard to work, and it starts to get traumatized, injured when we rarely do something with you, with our hands where it should be included in our movement. But it's hard, and it's hard to do this. And therefore, such spasms, microtraumas, appear in it, and swelling occurs here. Then, it grows a little fat, adds a little more here and here. Such a cushion is formed. And so these two muscles, yes, it seemed that what to do. This, of course, wants to stretch. But from the fact that you stretch it, this trapezius from behind it will not become stronger for you. Therefore, we need to first strengthen it. Here is the first complex of exercises with which it would be good to start. This is what we discussed with you. The first time lying here who did not watch, remember it as a warm-up use. It to move on to these more such heavy exercises, but which will give you a noticeable volume of this muscle, and it will become strong and the spasm will go away with this trapezius. Not with the trapezius, but with the small chest muscle, and this trapezius will become stronger. So, the first exercise. To perform this exercise, take some kind of thin rubber band. Don't overestimate yourself. If you started watching this video, it means you have problems with these muscles. Take a thin rubber band. Don't think that the thicker the better. Start with a thin one so it's easy to stretch. I'll show you how to secure it. You can watch it for free in the app. I'm showing how to secure it. Take it like this. You can make a loop on that side. When you put it here, make a loop and then close the door. You don't have to do it, but just in case, it's better to do it so it doesn't snap back at you. Look at the first exercise. To do it, your hands will make such a movement. You will pull it towards yourself, stretched and relaxed, stretched and relaxed. You took the rubber band and stretched it here. Stretched it here and back, stretched and back. It's short here. It's better to have it a bit longer. You made such movements. You did 3 sets of 10 times each. Rest. Then did the same thing again. Stretched once, and now we begin. Start to lift and lower the rubber up here, and start to lift and lower it here. You will immediately feel that it starts. This part of your upper trapezius starts to work. It starts to get stressed, and so, in this upper part a little bit. Hold on and try to do more with your hands. Move back here. Do it in this upper part. Pulled. And only after that, down. Made the movement upwards. Back and then down. Up. Make a movement back and then down. Do the same approach like this. 3 times 10 after this, you will immediately notice how your paddle is slightly. It changes its position. It will return to where it was. When it was born, possibly, may never have been, will be. Now and only after this is possible. Begin stretching the small pectoral muscle now. Small pectoral muscle. It stretches, nothing complicated. Numerous videos exist on this. There was on this topic. But in a nutshell, you can. You can do this. You can simply do it around the wall like this. You put your hand up and start from the hand. You will be turning around like this. Feel how the tension arises here. In this case too, if you will stretch in such a position, you will have more here. The pectoral muscle works, stretches, and the deltoid, if you will stretch more in such a position, your small pectoral muscle will be just like that. Stretch in third. Why? So this is all that happened. Another muscle of great importance. It matters, and the anterior deltoid is located right here. Often when the trapezius weakens, this anterior deltoid also does. It weakens significantly, and when we lift our arm with you already, it's not the anterior deltoid that starts working. To help yourself either with a tilt or the trapezius is already doing not the movement it should be doing. It should hold the blade back. It should, but here it is. It starts to help lift the arm and therefore for the training of the anterior deltoid muscle. You take dumbbells in your hands, for example. Took a little lighter than a small weight. Take a small one in both hands. Imagine as if I have something heavy in both hands. The weight should be the same, not different. You took a second. Take 2 dumbbells, start with 1 kilogram. After there are no dumbbells, take a water bottle, fill it with water, half a liter, half a kilogram. Let it be, or 1 kilogram. Then you will choose the weight yourself. How much you can hold? Lift it up like this. In this position, you will have the front delta isolated. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Make such a movement. Slightly lift your hand up and turn it to remove the load from the middle delta. Transfer it only to the front delta. In such a position, you did 2-3 approaches 10 times each, and then you lift it up here so that your thumb is looking up. You lift it, let it go. If during this movement your back starts to take too much weight, the large delta can't withstand it. The back starts to help. Then you start doing the same thing but with one hand. When you do it with one hand, the back will work less. The front delta will work more. In this way, we balance these 3 muscles. We train the trapezius. We train the front delta. We train the small chest muscle. Stretch it out like this. Write in the comments how it worked out for you. Don't write if it didn't work out. If it did work out, write that everything worked out and you really liked it. Leave comments. Like it. See you soon.